Hello everyone, my name is Nate Lex and welcome back to X-Dex. Today I'm going to be teaching you a move called Rev 2 and it looks a little something like this. I learned this move first in 2013 from a video by the Verts, and it is a alteration or a different revolution cut than you're used to. So the revolution cut I've taught before on this channel is just a simple packet turning in one hand, and this is going to be another one-handed packet spin, or twirl, or whatever you want to call it, but it will be done a little bit differently, as you saw in the little trailer. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the tutorial portion of the Rev 2 cut. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm using a new deck of cards. This is the Lo-Fi deck from the Kisetsu line from me and Max Young. And this is a little teaser. Since you're watching the tutorial, you'll get to see parts of the deck. We're not going to reveal all of it, but you're definitely going to get to see it in action. The Rev 2 is actually a very short tutorial. So if you guys don't know the Charlier cut already, that's a great prerequisite to learn. Also, the Rev 1 cut will help, but it will just get you in a position. Excuse me. So let's get started. So the Rev 2 cut is very simple in theory, not so much in practice, but let's do it. You're going to want to start in what is beginning of a Charlier cut, like so. And then you're going to complete the Charlier. You can also just do it by dropping a packet on top. But what you want to do is have essentially your ring finger on your dealer's grip hand covering and being on top of this packet. So whether you go from a Charlier cut onto it like that, or you're just literally swing cutting and taking a packet, you're going to be getting a break underneath with your ring finger. Let me point that up at the camera so you can see. You're going to get a break under there with your ring finger. I'm in a really awkward position today, guys. I'm sorry. Still working with my camera setup because of moving. But what's going to happen is you're going to get that packet on top. The middle finger is actually going to go on top of this packet that you got a break on, like this. And what's going to happen is your fingers are going to pinch together, and the packet's going to start rotating. So if you put, I would recommend doing it with probably a third of the deck to start, or even, if you want to, you can even do a card. I've learned how to do it with a single card and push it over. But a smaller packet of cards will help to start. You can do it with about any size. So get here. Your ring finger will be setting up that break, so you've got a break under the deck with the ring finger, and the middle finger and the ring now pinch together, and what's going to happen is this packet is going to spin like this when you pinch. Watch, it'll spin out like that. And the ring finger will actually end up on top of the packet like this, and the middle finger will be underneath, and so you've actually got a packet upside down. And what you're going to do with your thumb is push along this far left side on the long side, I guess right side depending on which hand you're using, and you pinch now with your middle and your thumb together like this, and the packet will start to rotate over like that, and then you move your thumb out of the way with the nail, and you've just done the Rev 2 cut. I know that's super simple. So let's do it again. From the Charlier, push through, ring finger lays on top for a break, middle finger comes over on top like that and pinches it. They squeeze together, and this top corner up here is going to start turning. You want to make sure that clears like this. Cool. Thumb makes contact with this long side, pushes and pinches with the middle finger, and this, you want your thumb to essentially go from the middle and drag down to the pinch here, and that's what's going to help the packet turn over. So let me do it with just a packet like this. I'll walk you through what's happening. It's turning like this and flipping over with the thumb making contact here. The ring finger starts to let go. Ooh, and turns that over. If you guys have learned my move, if you learned Candy Plane, I also did a tutorial for this. It's essentially like doing a Rev 2 cut, but with two hands in one of the sets. So you're going like this, and you're doing the motion of a Rev 2 cut. So a great prerequisite, if you already learned Candy Plane, it's essentially like doing the middle of Candy Plane with one hand, like this. And then later I get to a point where I do this cool thing. If you guys have seen Noel Heath's moves where he gets a card angeled on his hand, on his finger like this, sometimes I end here, and then I just Rev 2 cut it closed. So let's try that again. And then that's pretty much it for the Rev 2 cut. So you Charlier or drop a packet on top, your ring finger catches that break underneath in what is dealer's grip. The middle finger tries to stretch across. This may be a little bit harder for people with smaller hands, but you got to stretch this finger across. They pinch together, they squeeze like that, and it'll start to rotate. This is really hard to do in slow motion. Obviously, when you get better at it, guys, it'll start to look like this, and it'll just spin a little faster. And actually, the faster motion helps the cards not get stuck on each other. So I bet you saw the one card sticking to my hand like this when I'm trying to do a really slow rev, and how one card kind of peels out. The speed is actually going to help the packet stay together. So let's do that again. Charlie A, get that grip, rotate around. Then you're going to be able to steady it with the ring finger, but really it's going to be the middle finger on this side and the thumb working together. And then use the nail of your thumb. If you use the pad of your thumb, you'll actually be able to draw a card out. And you can do that to add flair to it later if you want. But use the nail of your thumb and it will be able to clear out like that and get out from underneath. So we'll do that one more time, and then we're pretty much done with the Rev 2 cut. So either take a packet or Charlie A cut it, and you want to land it on a break on your ring finger. Your pinky can also be there. It's just a steadier, so it really doesn't matter. And then the thumb kind of helps it push down. You're going to get a little bend in there, a little break. And then the ring finger and middle finger are going to like essentially extend out. And that's what's going to get it to flip. Then it's going to meet here. Your thumb is going to help push with the middle finger underneath. Your thumb comes out with the nail, and you've just closed Rev 2. Thank you guys so much for watching the tutorial today. I realize that I've just been kind of like looking at the screen trying to teach it, and so my face is kind of away from the mic, so this might be a lot better sounding now that I'm actually facing the mic. But that's Rev 2. And then if you want to add a little bit of flair for the end, you can let the pad catch it and actually draw a card out like this, and then put the pad of your thumb on it again and pull around and have these fingers push and pull like you've seen in a bunch of my other moves probably. The pinky and ring finger pull like that to get the deck to move. So if you got a card face up on the deck, you can actually just pull over like that. So we'll walk through a little bit of the variation for Rev 2 just because we're here. Complete the Charlie A, or add a packet, swing that cut around. When you push it close, that's too many cards, my goodness. So we'll swing that around. Instead of using your nail, you use the pad of your thumb to pull that, and then it pulls over, and it's a little variation of the Rev 2. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to cut to myself in the outro, and hope you guys like the look of the new deck. It'll be available on Kickstarter May 17th, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching the tutorial for Rev 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely with all my tutorials, please watch over this video a couple of times just to make sure you're getting the finger placement right and that you're doing everything correctly, so that you can build on different tutorials and different cardistry moves. Just as always, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping, so if you guys haven't already, check us out on our website, x-dex.com. That is what I work for. And we resell rare decks of playing cards and a bunch of other stuff that we're working on. Also, we hope to see you at CardistryCon, and we'll be launching a new deck soon. There might even be a couple of hints in this tutorial if you haven't found them already. And if you haven't already, follow us at xdexrarecards on Instagram. The handle will go on the screen somewhere. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us out. Like the video, leave a comment. If you guys want other tutorials that I haven't taught yet, please leave that in the comments as well. I really like responding to all your comments and reading them. And we've gotten some great feedback on our new deck reveal on our Instagram. So if you guys want to go check that out, we'd be happy to see you over there. I answer like all the DMs and all the comments on our YouTube channel and on our Instagram. So if you ever leave a comment or a message, I'm sure to reply. And if it takes a couple days, whatever, we have a weird work schedule. Anyway, I'm rambling like I always do. I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.